Doja Cat is doing a whole lot right now, and I'm not even sure where to start. I feel like it's gone past she's so quirky and not like the other girls to you're just weird as fuck, and not in a good way. Because a lot of times I think an artist being weird, having their mystique, quirks about them can be genuinely cool. But this is obviously not good weird territory, and I just wanted to clarify that. First, I wanted to say Doja Cat has this history of saying something that calls for attention. Like for the past 3 years or so, she's been saying stuff about how she doesn't enjoy her career or making music. And then when it hits the press and blows up, she backtracks and gets frustrated that people acknowledge what she said. So she is very inconsistent with the things she says. She infamously called her old albums cash grabs and mediocre pop, which she has the right to feel that way. A lot of artists don't like their older music or even a few songs. That's completely normal. But the thing I took issue with is the disrespect towards people who supported those records. The haha you fell for it angle is just silly and disrespectful to the people who supported her. Because they weren't dumb for liking the music when you were on stage crying about winning all of these awards for that same mediocre pop. She also released her more recent song Attention, which in itself is a mediocre and mid hip hop track, where she's firing off at everyone. But like I said about the song previously, everything is directed towards everyone else but Doja, when Doja herself is responsible for a lot of the negative attention that follows her. Doja also got some backlash when she posted fake blood dripping down her nose and face. She even lost a brand deal due to it. It was a bit much and off-putting, which is not something super serious, but I did see a level of pushback for it. And of course, the big pushback is about her sketchy boyfriend, who people have alleged and accused of being an abuser and groomer. And Doja has gotten backlash for it, and in turn has blocked her fans. In response, she said, "I want y'all to read this comment and take it as a message. I don't give a F what you think about my personal life. I never have and never will give a F what you think about me or my personal life. Goodbye and good riddance. Miserable O's, haha." A lot of people aren't going to like what I'm going to say, but Doja doesn't owe anyone anything as it pertains to her personal life. I know it might be disappointing, but she doesn't owe an explanation for it. That's the truth and that's the reality. I think when it bleeds over into actual art is when that fine line is crossed. Like for example, I'm not going to say the names, but I'm sure you guys are aware of who I'm talking about or can find examples of what I'm talking about. There are artists that have put their problematic partner in their music videos, on their cover art, brought them to concerts and made little innuendos. I think that's when it actually invites fans into the conversation of something that you might want to keep private. Like you can inject your significant other into your art that your fans consume and then complain about privacy. But I do think another thing that makes the drama with her boyfriend much more significant is her alignment with Dr. Luke, who was infamously accused of sexual abuse by Kesha. Doja has been subtly forthcoming about her relationship with Dr. Luke, saying she has no plans to work with him again, which might have been indicative of a stance on her morals to fans, which intensifies this conversation. And at the same time, yes, she doesn't owe an explanation for her dating life, especially when it's kept private. But once these type of people are brought to the spotlight, then there's no way to really stop the questioning or speculation. And that's also just the reality of it. And also, just to be clear, alleged victims have every right to speak up. And Doja doesn't seem to want to answer for this, but Doja firing off about this is only adding more fuel to the fire. If she doesn't want people to talk about it, then maybe just be quiet and release music. In light of all these events going on, Doja has been on an anti-fan campaign. I honestly think she's just lashing out because she's mad at the media spectacle that she caused. In one post she said, "If you call yourself a kitten or effing kitten, that means you need to get off your phone and get a job and help your parents with the house." Mind you, this is the same woman that named her fans kittens. She named them this. They didn't pull the name out of thin air. And I also think telling your fans to get a job is just a wild thing to do. Like clearly they have a job if they're supporting you. They buy the merch, the music, and the concert tickets. This girl is literally scheduled to go on tour and release her new album soon. She also told a fan just delete the entire account and rethink everything. It's never too late. Then a fan asked her to tell them that she loves them and she responded, "I don't though, cause I don't know y'all." And once again, people might not like this, but it's true. She does not owe anyone love. It is parasocial to feel entitled to that from a celebrity. But the thing about Doja Cat is she is hypocritical and inconsistent. You can't have it both ways. Just 2 days before saying this, she told her fans that she loves them, and she has many times in the past as well. Also, she's on Tiny Chat again, which after Chatroom Gate, I'm honestly just perplexed as to why. Like, she survived something that seemed like it could overtake and ruin her career, just to end up in the same place again. I feel if she wants to destroy her pop image, if she wants to distance herself from fans, there are better ways to do that. Just release the music, visuals, and reset that way. While I do believe there is validity to some things, to me it feels pretty much undeniable that Doja goes out of her way to be disrespectful to people who have genuinely supported her. The edgelord shtick is just not landing well or connecting. Doja might not want her status of fame, and that's okay, but lashing out is not exactly the best way to do it. If her music doesn't do as good as it did before, I wouldn't be surprised. Attention came and went, and it is mediocre hip-hop. Like, she made all that noise about mediocre pop, but it's not like she's releasing great hip-hop either. At least with what we've heard so far, like if you're talking that much about your old music, then you gotta come out with something fire, which she did not. And she continues to severely isolate her fans. Music does not justify shitty behavior, but it does help people to continue to support your music even when you do some distasteful things. And I honestly just don't think Doja has reached that status with her music. So if this cycle doesn't go well for her, then so be it.